Okay.
Thanks. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Ethan Baldwin, Health Policy Analyst with the Division of Financial Regulation. And this is the Oregon Reinsurance Program Rulemaking Advisory Committee. So hopefully you're in the right place. Go ahead and start with introductions. Let's start with the DFR staff, and then we'll go with the list of the RAC.
Hi, good afternoon and welcome. Joel Payton, Division of Financial Regulation, Reinsurance Program Manager for the program.
And I am Karen Winkle, the Rules Coordinator for the division.
Thank you. Now, whatever order you want for the rest of you.
Good afternoon. My name is Scott White. I'm the Director of Regulatory Affairs for Moda Health. Happy to be here. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Jeff Burles, Manager of the Corporate Actuarial Team at Moda Health.
Hi, folks. I'm Tara Harrison. I'm the Government Affairs Director for Providence Health Plan.
And I'm Rick Blackwell with Pacific Source.
Great. Thank you, everyone, for taking the time to be here today. Hopefully, this will be the only meeting we'll need for this rule. I'm sure all of you are aware of why we're here. I'm taking this one over for new me going forward, but yeah, we're here to update the payment parameters for the Oregon Reinsurance Program for the 2026 plan year. So we've already done intro, get into the actual rule language. I'm not sure if everyone got to see everything or had a chance to, I know we sent it out, but if everyone had a chance to actually take a look at it. But based on the recommendations from NovaRest, for January 1, 2026, we'll be looking at an attachment point of 108,000. And then a reinsurance cap of 1 million and a coinsurance rate of 50%. So the only change from last year is that attachment point is $5,000 higher. So I will open this up now for any discussion if anyone has any thoughts on the actual information there. Or if you're just like, yeah, that sounds great, let's go.
Ethan, this is Rick. Just for my own curiosity, the 5,000 attachment point change. Is there anything that's driving that? I mean, this is just curiosity. It probably won't change any outcome.
Yeah. The best I can tell is that it's to match the expected claims. But Joel, do you have any like additional information?
Well, yeah, it was budgeted to really go this high within our 10-year set anyway for we budgeted program. It was expected to increase because basically the major players are just in morbidity and the enrollment, and because as you all know, we have the bridge plan is taking away some of the members from the Oregon Reinsurance Program because of their the 138 to 200 FPL population is going to start moving there, which actually lowers the enrollment, which in turn raises everything, parameters, the pricing, and everything. So this is the reason why the parameter sets are changing on a more higher level, but still at the same time the cost sharing portion is still very healthy for the state of Oregon. I can really say versus the other 22 states that have their own PPA 1332 waiver program. It's just that because this population of individuals are moving over to the bridge plan, it's going to, of course, lower the enrollment and raise the prices and everything else that's involved. But as far as the program itself is still healthy, we're still funded very well, and ORP is planning on being around for the foreseeable future.
Great. Thank you, Joel. Does that help, Rick?
Yeah, no, thanks for indulging the question.
Oh, no, I'm glad you asked it so that we had a reason to meet, All right. So does anyone have any other thoughts on the rule language? Any of the information there before we take a look at the statement of need and fiscal impact? And as I always like to mention, I'll leave open till next week that you can submit comments. If you take it back to your team and you find something wrong, you can always shoot us an email, till, like a week from now. I'll give actual date at the end of the meeting, but yeah, so I guess let's just jump into the statement next. So I'm sure most of you have seen these before. You know the kind of questions we have to go over. The ones that we really want to identify or discuss are how adoption of the rule will affect equity in this state. Based on our, review, we think that while the original adoption of the rule may have had an impact on equity, this amendment does not really result in any significant changes for any groups in the state. So does anyone have any thoughts or disagreements or concerns? All right. And kind of that same application of how this rule affects small businesses in the state. Do we think that it particularly, singles them out or places an undue burden or makes things difficult for them, or is it just kind of status quo? Oh, geez, so many hands are going up. Hold on, let me. Nope. Okay, yeah. All right, Rick. Yes, thank you.
let me just throw a question out there. So does the fiscal impact statement need to opine? I mean, you probably don't have the data, so it would be difficult, but just what the economic effect of the reduction in premiums might be for the general public?
I don't think we go to that level of granularity or that level of detail. I think it's more, we do highlight that it does reduce the expected premium by about 6% to have the program. Specific changes to attachment points and things like that. I don't think we get into that level of detail and analysis. Perhaps if we were to see some pretty significant changes, like in attachment points or reinsurance or coinsurance or something like that, where something big happened, we might want to do that kind of analysis. But I think for something like this, I don't think we need to go into that level of detail unless that's something that the group feels we should do. I would think that we're probably pretty safe.
Well, Rick, what I can tell you, I can just speak to the budgets themselves. The budgets are still are increasing. I can tell you that. For this year, this program is saving or going into $121 million dollars, and that's the budget set for this program year. For next year, I think it goes up to 126.4 million. So the budgets are increasing for the program. So like I stated before, the funding is there for the program itself. It's just that um, when we have another program pulling members away, of course, naturally, we still have to be able to fund the program itself, and that's really based on. But the funding is there, and the budgets, it grows along with the program itself.
Thank you, Joel. I very much appreciate that answer.
Just because I feel like prolonging this, I have one more question. Does the ORP apply to small group plans? I would think it would. So maybe I'm wrong.
I'm seeing Joel shake his head no.
No, it was just for the major medical plans. No, even though the enrollment piece, the small group does affect the overall enrollment for the market itself, but the ORP it only engages with the commercial plans.
All right. Any other questions, concerns, thoughts? Well,
Ethan, you'd be surprised how some agencies produce their statements. This is actually a pretty good one. So,
well, thank you. Yeah. Well, it's, as you know, it's an evolving process. Try and be as transparent and clear as we can. So if you have overall macro suggestions for the document going forward, please do share them, because there are some tough parts of it, But with that being said, I guess I'll open it up for any public comment, although I'm not seeing anyone outside of the RAC committee. So then next steps, yeah. I will, just because this is how we usually do it, we'll give everyone a week. So let's say July 30th, close of business, to submit any written comments, concerns, any thoughts on tweaking language or anything like that. So July 30th, close of business. After that, we'll just move forward with filing the bill and trying to get it moved through quickly I'm sorry, I said bill. We just got out of session a bit ago. So the rule, we'll file the rule. We'll have the public hearing, as we always do, write up the report, and move forward with getting this closed down so that we can focus on some of the bigger, maybe more complex rules we've got coming up. So yeah, unless anyone's got anything else for the good of the group, I can give you back 45 minutes.
I just had a real quick thing.
Sure, yeah.
It came up this morning. So even though we're going to file it early, it's still going to be effective January 1st,
Yes.
2026. So this is what we're going to call a one and done rulemaking to get it off our plate.
Yes, thank you, Karen. Many of us analysts have a few rules, and Karen, being our rock star, is handling all of these, and air traffic controller. So whatever we can do to lighten her load, we're doing. So, all right. Well, yeah, if you have any more thoughts, shoot them to me by close of business next Wednesday. Otherwise, I appreciate everyone's time. I know this isn't the most glamorous one, but it is very important, and we appreciate your time.
Thank you, Ethan.
Thank you,
Yep.
Ethan.
yep,
Thank
thank
you.
you.